Hello boys and girls, it's Glenn Parker, High Vibration Foundation. You are watching Glenn TV, so I'm out and about today. I decided to forage for food. Had to get a few things. It is 108 degrees today. It's not too bad underneath the parking shelter, getting ready to go inside of Sunset Station. Quite honestly, I was just going to play a couple rounds of video games because it's right down the street from where I do my food shopping, and I think I might put like $2 or $3 in a slot machine and see what happens. For some reason I was drawn here today, so let's see how manifestation does today. There's no state lottery here. You have to drive like 45 minutes or whatever to the California-Nevada border and buy like California lottery tickets if you want a lottery ticket, or go to the Arizona border, or any number of ideas, but those two are the most viable options. So for like my lottery tickets, which I was never really into, I put $3 into the Mega Millions. Is like $11 million last time I checked. So $3 for a chance at 10 million progressive and a whole bunch of stuff in between. That's like my gambling, and I do that every great once in a while. And today the Spidey senses said, go do that. So I'm here, that's what I'm gonna go do. If you see me like all pale and white after, then that means I won something. So I'll check in with you as I get out of here and get out and about. So I played a little bit. I don't know, I spent what, $3 on one, and then I had $5 free slot play. I played that. I played like an extra dollar on that. So I spent like $4. I won 5 something, and I spent 2 to get a whole bunch more tickets, 100 and something tickets to add to my pile to collect something in there. One of the goodies, one of the toys. And so I spent, what is that, $1? Something like that. Yeah, effectively I think I spent $1. I got entertainment, I got to push some buttons, and now I'm off to do some shopping, and I'm starving. I might have to forage for, well, I have like powders and stuff like that in the car. I might just have to scoop a couple of those in my mouth and have that be satisfactory till I get home. Don't want to shop when I'm hungry. I already have a pretty sizable list, so I don't want to add to that. Thank you for joining me. Glenn Parker. So I had this weird thing. I have a whole bunch of food back here, and I've been running around all day today, and I left it in there probably longer than it should be. It's packed with ice. I got tons of complimentary ice, which is non-potable water. And that usually means it is from a lake, or it's recaptured water from something, and it's not filtered and or sanitized. So I've been meaning to ask them, where do they get their ice? Do they make it from like when they water the vegetables and whatnot, and that's the runoff, or are they using that to make ice? I mean, where does their non-potable water come from? So anyway, So I'm on the way home, I'll be home in like 15 minutes, so I'm gonna cook all my meat tonight and everything. I mean, it's cool and it's been packed and nice, but just to make sure, since it's been kind of sitting in the car off and on, and I ran around and got this little Filipino place that I showed you before. It has awesome food, so I got enough for everybody and myself, and if they don't like it, then they use even more for me. But I was just at the gas station. I had this odd little thing where after half a tank, I fill my gas tank back up, and that's not very effective for time management. But what I find is if you want to go somewhere and you want to do something unfettered and you're on a timetable, for instance, especially for a booty call or whatever, or for a business appointment, interview, whatever, you don't want to putz around with getting gas. So that used to be in the days of old. I waited till it was like, the light came on and went, yo, you either put gas in here or you're going nowhere. And now, like, after half a tank, I have this inclination to have a full tank. It makes, I don't know, it just makes me feel good to look and to see that I have a full tank. Now, I'm curious if anybody else is like that. I mean, I know there got to be other people like that. Or do you wait till it's empty? I don't know, it's weird. I just find that a weird little thing. I just wanted to share that with you. I also wanted to share, sorry for the pictures, like it is 108 degrees today. It's like 100 and something now, it's like 103. It's much, we would know better. But I was getting gas and there was a homeless guy with a little sign up, and my inclination usually is, not to give anything in the way of donations. I do from time to time, but I had this, after I went inside and set up to get my gas pumped and I came outside, I had to go and give him a couple dollars. Like, it was compelling past what I could fend off from my heart. It said, you need to go give that boy some money. $2. I'm like, okay, exactly $2. That's what we're doing today. Cool, no worries. And I got this impression after I did it that was another aspect of myself on a multiple simultaneous incarnation level. That it was another aspect of what you would call an oversoul, a seventh density being, and I was giving myself money from a different point of view to have that experience on both points of view, on my point of view and the unique point of view of this other multiple simultaneous lifetime. And it felt me with some unconditional love. Not a ton, but I had a little flare come up of unconditional love. I was like, wow, that's so listen to your heart, your inclinations, like the law of attraction says, that little thing inside of you, that little voice, that little push. If you're feeling the urge to do something, whatever it happens to be, give somebody $2, do it, because it opens up different parallel realities to other manifestations. So I just opened up a whole vortex of manifestation because of that gesture. And it wasn't that because of a kind gesture, it wasn't reciprocity. It's the energy of myself moving forward, pulling in more possibility as time goes on. And don't forget, boys and girls, you're an immortal being in a timeless reality who's playing a great game with a whole bunch of your friends. And you chose to forget that you were immortal so that you could play this game, because if you were here and you remembered all aspects of yourself, you couldn't push your little brother out of the tree, you couldn't steal your best friend's wife, all these things would be nonsensical, because you know that there would be ultimately infinite love and forgiveness on the other side of the veil in spirit. But if you remembered all yourself and your spirit level, that wouldn't be possible. So you chose to forget so that you could play a game with a whole bunch of your homies, friends that you've known forever in the idea of eternity, because you were an immortal being in a timeless reality. And in relation to the concept called time, if you exist now, you always will exist. You always have existed, and you always will exist. So time is the illusion, and energy and thought is forever. So enjoy yourself, have fun. If you want to give a bum $2, you want to give him $200, you want to give him your car, whatever it is, it needs to be appropriate for you. Then I would suggest trying that out when it's appropriate. Or if you've always had this inclination to ask this girl out, or to go rock climbing, or any number of ideas. I also will add too, speaking of rock climbing, I did my first rock climbing, that was awesome. But even more awesome, like right around the corner in a more prevalent part of town, a lot easier access because it's in the place where I go all the time, there is a rock climbing place going in that also has a ninja course, which is really, 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 really awesome. Like American Ninja Warrior style ninja course. And you can go in there and do all kinds of crazy stuff and rock climbing and this and that and the other thing. So I'm gonna sign off because I'm getting into a place where I kind of need my attention. And it's getting all crazy up in here. So thank you again for joining me. I'm gonna sign off. It's Glenn Parker, High Vibration Foundation. You are watching Glenn TV. Thank you very much for joining me. I am going to jet out and I will see you soon in another day. Coaching, life, business, and spiritual. Also retreats, boys and girls. Don't forget retreats. Down below in the description, there are tons of things going on. Feel for the link that feels good to your heart and follow it. Don't use your head, and you will find the information that you wanted in this lifetime. And if you do like this video, please do like, subscribe, and share, and forgive the picture and all this. I wanted to get this done, and it wouldn't get done once I get home unless I did it right now. So thank you very much for joining me.